All right, so you're most welcome. This is a special Liquid Sports Ghana LSG series, we call it. And you actually see it on right there on your screen. This is a man we'll be talking about today, Benjamin Azamati. Has hogged the headlines after breaking a 22-year-old national record. And this is I just want to start the interview this way, and just try to put the headlights and everything on this race. Benjamin, you're most welcome to the interview today. How does it feel to have broken the record? Just walk us through at this stage what was going through your mind. 9.97.
Thank you, Erasmus. Going into the race, I really didn't think of to be able to run a 9. So I think right after I passed the finish line, I looked on the board and then it says a 9.99. I was actually happy. I didn't even think of the Ghanaian record because all I was thinking about is me being able to qualify for Olympic Games. So that was what I was happy about. But I heard the commentator say we have to wait for it to be legal. And then it came and then it said it was legal and then the time was reduced to a 9.97.
Okay.
I was so happy. I mean, I was very, very, very happy.
All right.
That the target I had for the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, so I was very, very happy because the target that me and my coach set for that season had been achieved. And
wow.
I see my reaction. I was working. I mean, I was so happy. So
okay. All right, let's try and walk it right from the beginning, coming out of the blocks. And I've seen some comments that said that you came up too early, the execution of the race. What else do you think can be done about this?
Yeah, I think there are pretty much some mistakes about this race that my coach pointed out to me after. My dry face was not right, and I really pretty much didn't have the best of start. And it's something I've actually been working on. So you see, I just drove about 10 meters, which is very, very bad. It should be about 25 to 30.
25 to 30. With your head, I mean, for those of us who are not, athletes, it's about what you keeping your head on the ground.
Yeah, and then you have to gather momentum, and then to be able to have your top end speed. It's just like a plane about to fly.
Whoa. Okay.
To fly. So that's how actually the mechanics work. So I have to drive for like 25 to gather momentum to be able to end speed. So I think that's what I didn't sorry, that's why I didn't have right. And then you could see that me finishing to kind of like reach the finish line, which also could destroy my time. So it's something me and my coach will work on, and then I hope to improve on that and be able to run better.
No, but even with that, you still run 9.97. So what it means is if you're able to get that face right,
I could run a better time.
What do you think is possible? Usain Bolt's record is 9.58. Now you've taken Leo out. What is the next target? Could it be Bolt?
It can. I mean, everything I thought is possible. So I think any 100-meter athlete is working to break Usain Bolt's record. So now we are done with Leo. Let's see what we can do with the African record and whatever record that is ahead.
Were you expecting to break the record run this time on this set day?
Not at all. Not at all. I didn't expect to run a 9 this early in the season in my first outdoor race. So it came as a surprise to me. It came as a shock. But I think it let me know where I'm at. So I just need to work on the mistakes that I made in this particular race, and then see the time I can actually, and when I have all these things corrected.
Wow. Okay. Well, that commentator just said it. It's legal. I mean, and he said it with a bit of surprise, and that was just it from everybody who watched this race. They were just not expecting it, and so for something of this note to have come this early in the season. Now I'm just switching video and getting to the African Games. Remember this race very well, if you can see it.
Yeah, I do. I can see that.
Okay. So here is you handing over to Martin.
Martin.
And then Martin doing the curve, and then, but this is where I think a lot of focus switch on the Ghanaian 100-meter runners one more time. This was the African Games 2019. Again, a big surprise. A lot of people in Ghana were not expecting this medal, but then your team did excellently. And I remember one comment Carl Tufor made on GTV. He felt you made a big difference. I'm not saying that you were the only one who ran this race, but he picked you up as one of the guys who made a big difference. Jose Paul, top form, top end speed stuff. If you want to copy anything, I'm sure he's your man. But what does it say, or what does your performance say for our relay team going forward?
I think with me and Joe, Sean, Martin, I mean, we are always in touch, and it's something we had been praying for, like to get a 9 in our team, because Joe is running a 10:01, which is, I know for sure Joe would be able to run a 9 this season. And so,
a 9. It's just coming. Okay. So walk me through this race. Sean started off, and then you ran the back straight.
Yeah, I ran the back straight. And then, one thing Joe said was like, to just catch a person in front of me, just one person. I should just
that was the Ivorians.
To just catch him, and then would be able to win, because Nigerians had 2 9s in their team, a 20, and then a 10:05 guy. So I mean, on paper they look good. They were the favorites, but Joe was like, no, we have to pass the baton over. Just pass it and let it get to me, and then I'm going to finish it. So you can see Joe with the stop and speed, and then finishing. So I think we can actually run the 37, and then we are hoping to go to Poland to run that time and to help us qualify for the Olympic Games. Now we are not thinking about ourselves personally, but also for the relay. I think we can do good in the Olympic Games. So we just have to go out there in Poland and then find to be able to get to Tokyo.
37 seconds is possible, you say?
Yeah, it is. It's actually possible. Looking at the times coming out right now, because we are in touch, and I know most of the athletes are informed, and so we can actually run that time.
Now you make a comment. The Nigerians in this race in Morocco had 2 sub 10s, sub 10 athletes in there. Now Ghana doesn't have a sub 10, but we're still able to beat them. So it tells you for the relay, the dynamics are really different. But of course, now you have a 9, and then I see this is your race again. This is a boy from UG who had not had so much international exposure, and how you run this race. It's certainly going to help us out, and I don't know what the future looks like, but beyond the 37, could we medal at the Olympic Games for the first time? And no Ghanaian has been able to achieve that.
Yeah, and in a race, I mean, relay specifically, anything can happen. It's just about us being able to run good and being able to pass the baton as quickly as we can. And I think if you are able to do that, I mean, we are actually medal hopeful. We can in the relay. We can. I have a strong belief that this relay team can actually do good in the Olympic Games.
Okay. But so what do you think, I'm going to switch screens now and then try to get you on board. Finally, we can see you fully. But, your story is all inspiring from where you come from to where you are now. Can you just trace it a little bit back for us, for people who don't know you, your roots? Where were you born in Ghana?
I was born in Akimoda. My mom is an Achim, that is an Ewe, so. But they happen to live in Akimoda, and that was where I was born. And coming into sports, I like soccer a lot. So in senior high school in University of Ghana Legon, I was playing soccer, and then I had to switch to track. My PE masters asked me to run for the school because of how I was sprinting in the soccer. And I think everything started from there. I got to love track more, and so I went to the University of Ghana, and then I happened to do well in the 100 meters, where I was coached by Elorm Amenakpor to improve my technique and everything. But in high school, I was actually, made to like it more by Coach Amuzu, who trained me very well for the regional games and everything, where I ran like a 10.80, and then I came to the university and had to be handled by Elorm, who continued wherever that Coach Amuzu stopped. So I think the
You
progress.
mean Coach Logosu Amuzu?
Yeah, Logosu,
Yeah. Okay. And now you. All right. So we have somebody joining us. You just mentioned his name, Logosu Amuzu, to Coach Elorm, and Elorm just popped up. But unfortunately, we can't see Elorm's face. Elorm. Okay. Hi. All right, then, just right there on point. Most welcome to the program. Most welcome to the interview. I don't even want to call it a program or interview. This is just an interaction. How are you, Elorm? His link is a little bit.
Yeah, I'm here now.
You can hear us clearly, eh?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so this is meant to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Azamati didn't know about this.
I didn't know about him.
You didn't know you were going to join us. And I have a lot more surprises for you, Azamati, as the show goes on.
Wow.
But, he was just giving us a background where he's come from Akimoda to Presec, running for the regional team with Logosu Amuzu, and then you also popped. You came into the picture. That is working with the University of Ghana. Elorm is an athletics specialist, a coach with the University of Ghana Legon. I know a little bit about him. I was with him in 2016, African University Games in South Africa and what have you. He was a former athlete himself, a sprinter. And so your association with Elorm, I think, changed quite a little bit of things. Benjamin, switching it to you before we go back to Elorm.
Yeah, I think it really did with the way, I think with the way I run and everything. I think really, but I mean, not forgetting Chamuzu too. He really did a good work. Work. I had to continue from there because I was in the university and then I can't get a coach outside the university be under Coach Elorm. And then he worked really pretty much on my technique. I think that's the thing a lot of people talk about. And I'm thankful to him for, doing that for me.
All right, let's just switch to Elorm. His screen is shaking a little bit. I don't know, maybe he's tingling with excitement. Elorm, how does it feel? I mean, I don't know what your few words to Benjamin will be. Did you expect a 9.97 this early in the season?
Well, actually, I feel so proud. I feel great. I was at Kumasi when the news came, and I was just screaming. And I was like, "Wow!" Actually, the way he ran during the indoors, I had a lot of conversation with him. I was like, I just have the conviction that he'll be running a 9, but sincerely, I wasn't expecting it in the first outing.
Okay. All right, I'm trying to get the screen of the indoor. We've been having a few issues here with our Zoom today, which is technological. I mean, I can't really explain all of it. But the mention of, I think I got it right. Benjamin, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can.
All right. So Elorm, continue to talk. You told us that you're not too surprised because of the indoor performances.
Yes, when you watch the indoors carefully, you realize that anytime he's getting close to the line, he slowed down a bit, and you realize that he has a lot of energy in him. So 100 meters, the more when you are running, then you keep increasing the speed.
Yeah.
So watching him run the indoors, I just know, and I always feel that he's going to, qualify for the Olympics. But breaking the record was something like I knew he was going to run 9, but breaking the Ghana record, I actually it came to me as the biggest package of surprise.
Now, what has changed about his race? You already spoke about something that getting to the finish line, the 60 meters, you could always see he had a lot more. Now, it's a contrast to what we saw at Gusa Games 2019, especially in the 200 meters, where you could see maybe Azamati was not having that endurance to do 200 meters. But this time around, something has really changed, huh?
Yeah, he did the full preseason with the coach still up there, and I think that's really helped, especially the strength, the gym work, and everything, power, everything. You could see that he's running with a lot of power, and I think that has made the magic.
Power. Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you get the power from? You see, me, I'm not a sprinter, so I'm just trying to learn.
Yeah, from the power room. That's the gym.
The gym.
From the power room. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Benjamin, I'm trying to make the athletes who will be watching this to learn. What do they have to work on by way of power? For those of them who don't have the gyms, who don't have the facilities you have in the USA, what can they do? Is it the beach? What can they do to build up and then make sure they get what you have now?
I should think whoever that they are under, or whoever that's coaching them back in Ghana should have a fair idea of how to, get power. Because back in Ghana, my coach who didn't study strength and conditioning, had knowledge about it. I mean, it's something you went on the internet to, study about. So I feel, whoever that is coaching them, I'm in no position to tell them how to get it or anything, but whoever that they are under should, there are a lot of resources to, get it when you're home, when you don't have the facilities. There are options and all that. So whoever that they are under could go and then learn and then, just help them improve at that.
Okay. So this is another video of the Gusa Games. I hope you can see it.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so you remember all this. At this time, as you and then Elorm are saying, you didn't have that much power.
No.
It was more about a raw strength.
Yeah, just the raw strength.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah, when you watch the Gusa, he was actually using a technique and without the strength. You see, but then right now, Ben was talking about whoever the athletes are under, they should make sure that they've put in strength training and other things into their workout.
Yeah.
The one right now, University of Ghana, that's what we are trying to do right now. I don't go to the power room with my athletes. I'm working with Marshall, who is a conditioning coach, Alfred, who is also in condition and strength. So I just tell them this and this and this, my athletes are lacking. So they work with the athletes. You see, one thing about strength or power training is that if you're not a specialist and you send the athlete to the gym, you are going to be doing more damage to the athlete than what you are actually trying to do to help him or her. So you allow people who are specialists in that area. Ghana, the coach, we make ourselves the
jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades, the nutritionist, everything. But you see, in the University of Ghana Sports Directorate, we are trying to streamline things so that we have, like before the Gusa, we have a psychologist talking to the athlete, we have a nutritionist coming to advise the athlete. So I think with the weight side, we are doing something in that regard too.
Wow. All right. So it really tells me that this is an area we have to work on as an athletics association or athletics fraternity in Ghana. We need to get specialists to be able to do this job very well.
Exactly, and the thing is that when you come to University of Ghana here, I don't know if we have a real power training or a gym. When we talk about a gym, not cosmetic gym, like a real gym that athlete trains. That's what I'm talking about, not the one for cosmetic, like some Kifit gym. So sometimes you get to the gym and the gym is congested. You see, sometimes they need an environment that they are there with their peers who are there training purposely for something, not training for Kifit. Yeah. You see, you want to use this particular machine. By the time you leave there, there's another person over there. So I think the government, GOC or G, you should have something like that for the athletes. So maybe even during campaign, that is where they work out. It's purposely for sports development, not for Kifit.
Okay. Well, Elorm, what else can you tell us about the attitude of Azamati to training? You've been with him Since when? 2016 or 2017?
2018.
I remember the first time I saw Azamati, I think it was at Cape Coast Stadium.
Yeah, Cape Coast Stadium.
Yeah, the Gusa games. I just looked at him. It was like, yeah, I'm also here to do something. I'm also here just to try out something. But later on, I saw a different guy, with a different purpose and all that. I'm not going to say this because he's here, but the result shows it. What sort of attitude does he have to training? And I have to add this. Normally, I hear sprinters are very lazy.
Yeah, they are.
You also one of
first
them.
of all, I always run away from gym training. First of all, I want to use this opportunity to thank the Vice Chancellor of University of Ghana and also the Director of Sport, Dr. Bella Bello-Bitugu. You see, the Nigeria YU game has changed everything. That's what has changed everything.
Okay.
Yeah, you went for a competition, you ran, you weren't tired, but you were beaten. Then you realize that the people you ran with, they didn't run anything extraordinary.
All right. So
you didn't win any.
So Elorm, let's get it right.
Anyway.
Now let's get it right. He had actually participated in the UG Inter-Halls Athletics and won for the Sabaho. And then
Sabaho,
he became the UG champion, and then he also won the Gusa. So you went to the West Africa University Games in Port Harcourt.
This thing happened within a space of I think 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
This transformation happened. 5 weeks.
Okay.
Someone will ask that by that time we're having a lot of athletes. Well, how come it's only Azamati that came out from them or was exceptional from them? That's the attitude that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. When we return, what was the lesson learned at Port Harcourt from the YU game? For him, he didn't tell me immediately at Port Harcourt that I should kill him when we get to Ghana. It was in the course of the journey that we were having a conversation. Then he was like, Coach, those guys are okay and cool. They are not riding anything extraordinary. And I was like, yeah, it's about the training. It's about the training. Then he said, Coach, when we get to Ghana, kill me. But then when he said kill me, he added up saying that, but I'm a science student too. And I was like, it's about time management. It's about time management. So you bring your timetable. Let's see the loopholes in the timetable. Then we put our training programs over there. Mind you, sometimes we train as hot as 12 p.m. That's the time that he's free. So that's the time that he can train. Then maybe somewhere around 2 o'clock, then he will go back and then prepare for class in an hour time. That's the discipline we're talking about. We have 24 hours in a day as a student. Let's just assume that we use 8 hours in the classroom. And then we use 8 hours to sleep, which we students, we don't do.
Yeah.
Then it's left with another 8 hours. When you ask a student to account for it, we can't just account for it. Mm-hmm. So if you are going to give an excuse or you are going to put a blame that because you are a sports guy, that's why you are failing your exam, then I find it so difficult. I find it so difficult for an athlete telling me that because of sports engagement training, that's all. Yeah, if you have 1 hour for training, that's not going to make you fail your exam. So It's about the discipline, it's about the time management, it's about everything. And I think that's what works for Azamati. That's the attitude that we're talking about.
Azamati, how does this have an effect on your academics immediately with the schedule?
With regards to Ghana, somehow, because you don't really get to be focused because all the time you're going to run, you'd have to think about it. Because you'd have to think about the IAs you'd have to run anytime you're practicing. The difference, as I said early on, is here they take it into consideration. After 3, you don't have any class. You have to practice. At any point in time, if you are not in class, your professors know that, hey, he's traveled, he's going to compete. So you are focused on whatever that you are doing. Go to Ghana, where you'd have to think about your IAs, your quizzes and everything. You get a 0 if you are not present. But here, when you miss it, you can come back and then account for it. You can come back and then do it. So that is the, and yes, they had an effect on academics. Yeah, no, because everything has been structured in a way that they take into account what.
Yeah. Is that Dr. Bello's voice I'm hearing in the background, Elorm?
Sorry?
Is that the sports director's voice I'm hearing in the background?
No. I'm in the coach's office, not the director's office.
Okay, all right. It's just interesting. All right, so we've been talking about this, before you came on, Elorm, and it's a question of the phases, that Azamati took in his race. I've seen a criticism on the internet that if the guy just came out to the blocks and stood up straight, went against the wind and was able to 9.97 without any dry face, without any top end speed, then they wonder if he's able to tidy this bit of the technique of the 100 meters, and they will really wonder what time he will run. How do you analyze a race from a technical perspective?
Well, you see, this a guy very hungry going into the race. He has a goal, that is to make a qualifying time. You see, so anyhow that I'll do it to get that time, that's what I will not cheat, and I'll get a time. That's what I will do. Now let me come to the technicality of the race that he ran. I think he drove at least up to 10 meters before coming up. And you could see it clearly that after the dry phase, he was clearly leading. And you know what happened when people are very close to you that way, you'll be tense. That's when you become stiff. Yeah. So it becomes easy for him after the dry phase, he was already leading. Then you have your free flow. You just flow. You don't need to be thinking of any other one. There's another argument that had other athletes gave him a bit of a competition, he would have, brought the time down. Yeah.
I was going to ask that question. What if he had competition?
Yes. It can be true and it can be a lie too.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe he'd have gotten stiff if that competition came. And that time, we wouldn't see that time. You see, now, but this is the time that he has run now. So going into another competition, he knows that, hey, I'm a 9 athlete now. Mm-hmm. If I'm going to run, I must be running something close to the 9. If I'm not going to break this time down, I must be running a 10-0, or I'm bringing it down. That should be the target. So in this particular case, this is a case for you to qualify for this. And I actually didn't see any much wrong with the race, because after driving, he was leading. Immediately after the transition from the dry phase, he was leading. So that was a perfect kind of race.
Okay. How is it going to play on your mind, Azamati, going forward? Because in the next race, everybody is looking forward to you running another 9, or maybe a 10:01. The tensions, how are you managing this great expectation going forward?
These things put pressure on you, but you have to know one thing, that the pressure is just for you to perform better. You've run a 9.997. It's not always that you get things right to run the same time again, but of course, you have to be running closer to it for people to know you are consistent. So it's just about you being consistent. As if you were monitoring my 60 meters at 6.59, I was running at 6.60, 6.61, 6.63. That means I was consistent with the time. I hope to do same with the 100 meters too. But of course, the pressure is just for me to perform better. That is what I can say.
Okay. And then the other thing maybe I want to pick up on, normally in the heat, people want to just qualify and just ease up a little bit and then store energy for the final. In this race, you were not easing up. This was a heat, and you went all out. And I've also heard that argument somewhere. I think it was Professor Dodo who made this point that, hey, you don't know the day the time will come.
Yeah.
Whether the heat or whatever, just take the opportunity.
Just run it out, yeah.
Run it out, and that is we're going to have to get a consistency, and everybody. So why did your coach take you out of the final of the race? I thought he should have given you another opportunity to run a sub-9.
If you're not used to this time and you ran it for the first time, you know, I was also told by another coach that they have to scratch you off. I know you could go in there and go run poorly, go run a 10-2 or anything, because at that time everybody want to beat you. Do you get? So
Okay.
he thought it wise to scratch me off.
All right.
There's no enemy that you have to run for point or anything. So.
Okay. I hope you can see it on the screen. There's somebody else who's joining us.
Wow, you have surprises for me.
Yeah, Coach Leo is joining. I hope the internet link will be stable for us, and I want to thank him for his time for making time to join us. He said, the first words he posted on our platform when the news of the record came, he said, yes, he just received a text message.
I hope it's true.
That your record is no more.
Champion man, you are no longer a boy. You are no longer a boy. You are a man, a full grown man now.
But Coach Leo, we can't see your face.
Oh, I mean, this technology thing, make us see. Hold on.
Yeah, now we can see you.
Darling, this is great. 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 Oh my gosh. Azam.
You.
You because of you, I went back to the gym yesterday, and today I can't even wake up. I'm trying to make a comeback. You re-inspired me. You re-inspired me to come back and do it. That is great news. That is great. Who was it? Gemma posted it first, I think.
Yeah, Gemma did.
Yeah. And so when I saw it, I'm like, oh, not again. These guys and their friends. Are they playing pranks again? And then I saw another comment. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to hold up. I'm just going to wait and see. And then a friend of mine here also sent me the video. And I'm like, gee, this is real. This is real. So until I saw the video, then I realized, oh, he's done it. He has done it. Has done it. Has done it, Charlie. Charlie, you've done well. You've done well.
Thank you.
Now, me too. It's my time. It's my time to ask you, how do you feel running a 9.97 seconds? How do you feel?
I don't think I can describe the feeling, but I'm happy about it, and then I hope I could be able to stay consistent and then run good times.
That is good. That is good. That is good. The whole thing is, when you go out there to run, you are ready to sprint, but we don't time ourselves. Yeah. So when you cross the finish line and then you see what the time is shown on the board, you're like, dang, this feels good. It's not your expectation, even though it's in your plans, but it's not your expectation. And exactly. For you, this is even more greater achievement because you're a freshman, your first outdoor meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, how do you do that? How do you even do it? It took me 3 years, 3 solid years to do something that you have done in 1 year, first year. That is marvelous, man. That's incredible. That's incredible. Charlie, congrats to you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Elorm.
Yeah.
Charlie, good job, Bo.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Because it's not easy to lay those easy foundations. Oh shoot, what happened to my screen?
It's not you. I'm trying to spring a surprise on you, Leo.
Look at this man. Every time surprise.
Yeah, I'm just springing surprises on people today.
Okay.
And we're trying to rewind the time.
Yeah, Elorm, good job. Good foundation you laid out for him to.
Thank you.
It's always been like that. It's like the hard work is done back home, and It's like you're making a cake. You bake the cake, and then somebody comes in and put the icing. The decoration on the cake, and the one who puts the decoration on the cake, I guess, is quote and unquote the man. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Leo, I
But
hope you can see this.
Oh,
Sakura, man.
right.
They have said it. They said.
So that's you in boys, 1999.
Look at this fine boy, look at him.
And at the time, you were the NCAA champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming back for the second time.
Wow.
Yeah, the first time was rough. It was in Buffalo, New York. It was windy and cold and into a headwind, and I think I ran a 10.21. It was the slowest ever to win NCAA in the history. But I did not care because I went there to go and win. Whatever my time is, I was still the champion, that year. And so the following year, I said, wow, I need to prepare myself to beat them again. I was going to beat them again. Again, time wasn't the factor for me. I was going to beat them again. And then I went and I beat them, and I beat them again and again with the time. So it was a double win for me.
Yeah.
So I was ready. I was fit, just like Azar is. He looked fit. He looked ready. And when the opportunity is right, you have to take advantage of it.
All right. So Leo, analyze the race for us. You are in lane 4.
Oh yeah, just like Azar too, huh?
Yeah, it's very interesting,
Hey, lane 4, that's what the power is. Then.
Oh, really? I never noticed.
Yeah, myself, I never noticed.
Hey, this was the end sprinter. If you are ready, I will request lane 4.
You have to be in lane 4. That's where the magic is.
Yeah, the race.
Hey, Azar, this is how record is celebrated, huh?
Yes. I was going to add it. You did it with a bit of style.
This is a final. This is a final.
Okay.
All this time, I did not even know what was going on the board. By the scoreboard, I did not care. I was just happy because I won. Until I got to the end there, that somebody said, "Look on the board, look on the board," and I turned around and I saw it, and I was like, "Holy moly!" Anyway, analyzing this race.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that I would have taken from Azan's race and I applied it to mine.
Okay.
You see in the middle, coming in the middle there, I was a little spread out. Whereas Azan was more compact. Still,
okay.
From the start, my strides were wider, longer, which
okay. We see it here. We see it here from the start.
If you notice, there was a little stumble. Some of the steps were wide, which shouldn't be.
It should have been straight.
Which shouldn't be. Yes. And then here I was a little wide open. My stride, my length, and then before I tried to comport myself, the race was almost coming to an end, and I just have to hold on to what I have.
And then you threw your hands in the air with about a few steps out onto the finish line.
My purpose was to beat. My purpose was to beat these guys. So I wanted to beat them. I wanted to beat them, and Azan, maybe I should have done what Azan did. Azan did it and finished it by dipping at the end. I forgot to do that. Maybe if I had dipped, I would have gone 9.6, and then Azan would be my next champion right there. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But no, after I finished the race, and I remember John Smith. He was that time the coach of Maurice Green, Atu Bolding, all those guys. So they were training in UCLA. That was their training place, and he came to congratulate me, and his words is what I just repeated to Azar. He says, "Man, you are no longer a boy. Welcome to the big man's game now." So he was trying to get me to come and train with them and everything, but I offered to stay in my village here.
Yeah.
and have my peace of mind and train. Yeah. So yeah. If anything, I would have. If you ask me if there's anything I would have changed, I would have said, or I would have worked on. I would say that I would have wished for a better start, a better driving pace, and then accelerate a lot better. But all in all, I was able to, put things back together and focus on the finish line and run through it. So that's what I can say about my race.
Leo, it's an
Azan,
interesting thing, about these things because this is your best. This is the best you ever run, and so it's all about the timing. Timing is such a crucial thing. With Azan's thing, this was a heat, and he went all out. Was able to get it.
that was a very smart race he ran. That was very smart. The one that, like I'm saying, Texas is always either good or bad with the wind. If you
Yeah.
look at the other heat before Azan's race, some heat was as the wind was as strong as 4.5.
5.
You know, so Azan just locked out with the wind when it came to what was 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wind was just swirling around there, so you can never predict anything.
Yeah.
And the weather was right. He looked and seemed ready, and he did not ease up at all. He finished.
Leo, I'm just playing the video for you to maybe analyze it. So we see the race
I
for
mean,
Azam.
right there, everything fell right in place. Azar was just perfect. His driving pace was, what I termed as a little bit too quickly, but his start reaction to his start, everything was executed well. He reacted very well to the start and got out. And his driving pace, as I said, was good. I think if he had held on,
Yeah.
if he had held on 3, 4 more strides into it and came up, I think he would have done more damage than what he did. But
Yeah.
hey, there's more to
Okay.
go. There is
Yeah.
more to go. Azan, you have
Coach.
opened up a can of worms. Oh, this is fantastic. This is just fantastic. This is just fantastic.
So
Oh man,
Leo, what is possible after 9.97? What is possible?
the sky is the limit. I mean, what I'm saying is, for now, he wasn't ready himself. You see, he was surprised. He wasn't ready to run and see that fast time on the board. Now, when he does that, it kind of throws you off a little bit. But as now, don't let that deter you. Don't be. People are going to be calling in and asking you and questioning you, and your next race you're going to be running maybe a 10-2 or a 10 whatever. It is okay. Don't let that bother you. You would think that they may say, "Oh, that was a fluke and whatnot." No, the weather was good. You were ready and you delivered. I am fine with it. You know, as how fast he can go, like I said the sky is the limit. We never knew he was going to do it and do it that quickly, as you can see. So
Yeah.
that's a big surprise of the whole thing. That's a big surprise of the whole thing. But what he has done, I'm yet
Okay.
to see more of Azan. So
All right. So, but Leo, you were with the team at the Doha. There's the World Championships.
yeah,
2019, and I'm just replaying
yeah, that's
one
what
of their clips from Rabat, the men's 4x100 relay. You have to qualify for the Olympic Games, and as I was just telling me about Poland, having a 9.997 guy in the team, what does it do for our team?
Obviously there's now a strength. There's some sort of a strength in the team right now.
Okay.
But as to how the rest would also prepare themselves to be fit and ready to go is another question. You know, so when it comes to the relay, it's very interesting. And rise of all people, you know that there
Yes.
are so many intricate things that go on in there. And Now we have Azar, we have Joe, Safo, um, Entry. You
Yeah.
know, I know he also ran some fast time earlier on. Was it last year?
Yeah, last year. No, I
It's a
think
matter
early
of
this year.
him also, yeah, it's a matter of him also staying fit and dropping down his time. Um, we should be ready. It's a matter of getting the stick around, then to know how fast we can go and how well we are. But for now, I'm saying let us let us not count our chicks before they are hatched. Let
Okay.
let Azan be, let him have his peace of mind. Let him stay focused on his studies, on his training. Let him have fun. Um, let him be. Let it him be. Let us find a way that we can get them together, practice. Because being together is always the key. I remember in 2003, Abuja, before we went there, we put ourselves in camp in Germany, the relay team, me, Ope, Nkansa, um, Aziz, and Ernest, the five of us. We camped ourselves. We got up in the morning, we go to training, we come back home, we eat and sleep and have fun. And the team, we traveled together and we went to Abuja. And when we get in there, we knew how ready we were to compete.
Okay.
That year I wasn't in my top form, you know, and the one we're all looking up to was Aziz Zakari because he was in top shape at that time there. And all I'm saying is just give me a chance to run the 100. When I'm done with it, you guys, I'm all yours. We're going to do this thing in the ring. We're going to take it down.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy fun when us we decided about it and we did very well. So for now, just let's leave Azan to be Azan and focus and concentrate on school and study and training and just find a way to bring everybody together so we can put in a good practice and then head to Poland. I hear Poland is having a World Relay Championship. That's
Yeah.
in May. In
Yeah.
May, in 2 months. In 2 months,
Yeah.
we don't have time at all.
That's a big
You
month.
know, yeah. And so in Joe, for instance, I'm hearing that his coach is not willing to release him because it's around the time of NCAA championship or it's around their school championship, their conference championship or so. Now, if he doesn't get released, that's going to be a little problem because this time I don't know who we have to chase to replace him. So now we know Azan is ready. Azan is ready, but it's unfortunately it's a relay. One man cannot run a relay team, so we need the rest to get ready. Azan has shown he's ready and willing to go. The rest has to be ready as well. So that's what I see happening for now.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to drop this down, Leo, as we try to wrap this interview. What does it say for locally based athletes? As I was just in Ghana, 2 or 3 years, 2018, 2019, he was there. He was running 10.6, 10.7, and now he's doing 9.997. And
Yeah.
what does it say for our guys? We just had the Open Championships in Kumasi just this last Saturday, and Coach Elorm was there. What does it say for them? What is possible?
Um, you see, there's a lot that the local coaches do that we don't people don't seem to appreciate or seem to know. And when they get to know, they don't get to find out the difficulties that the coaches are going through with some of these athletes. You know, Azam, for more looks and for more intent and purposes, I think he's just a great guy. You can tell he's level-headed guy. His mind is there. And if you get a person like that, you become the best coach because he makes you learn. Like I think Elom, you were saying that in one of your interviews that I heard. I think was on Happy FM. You said he's taught you a lot of things because you go and do some research on things to know certain things. And that's
Yeah.
how the game is. That's how the game is. And you were learning just to help him. Because if Azan should have gone and learned those things on his own, he still wouldn't know how to apply it himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always very good have a second eye, watch you and direct you. And that's what some of these local coaches are doing. And unfortunately, not all of them are doing it in the right way. Some have their own intentions behind it. I heard some coaches were demanding money from some of these athletes and whatnot and whatnot. Well, it brings back, Willie Williams. What's his name? Shoot, what's Willie Williams' name? Nickname?
I don't know which. Elorm, do you know Willie Williams?
No, I
Willie Williams.
don't know.
As you are not born by that time, so you don't know.
Willie Williams.
Is it Italian?
Come to find out. I didn't know you were so young. So you were 1 year old when this record
1
was
year.
run. Oh my God. This is even called for more celebrations. Holy smoke. Anyway, Powilly is his name. Powilly, the coach. He was very good at catching these young kids, young kids, and bringing them up. He was doing a very fantastic job with that. And through him, Aziz came out, Tanko came out, Amus Logozu came out. From there, I know a few that went there and they moved out and stuff like that. They are doing well, but if we don't put more effort in it in the school, it's going to be difficult. They always pass through the school and are gone. They always pass through the school and they are gone. If we don't, and if we, the government officials, if they don't invest in it,
Yeah.
how nice just ask yourself this question: how nice would it have been if Azan breaking the national record, or if Leo Myles-Mills breaking the national record was in Ghana?
That was something else.
Trained by local coaches. Because most of these US coaches, they train these athletes here in the US. They know some of them, their backgrounds, not so good places that they live, but they come out and they do their thing. And yet Ghana, we always have the coaches do all the hard work, and then we get a chance to come in here, and in a year, a few years, 3 years later, bam, all the tree is bearing fruit, and the coach stays back there and goes like, this, he was my happy, I do this and I did that. Fantastic to hear. Fantastic to hear. But a change, and that means investment, has to be done and has to be done now. We don't have to wait, So if Azamati has not run 9.97, what would open the eyes and minds of the officials back then to be thinking that we need to do this, we need to do that? Why do we have to wait? You know what I'm saying? These people are always investing here. They know. They know. If you take some of these US athletes last year or 2 years ago when they came up from nowhere, or some doing something, you have Noah Lyle. They all come in. When someone leaves, someone is there. Someone leaves, someone is coming in. But it's not the same. You can't say the same for Ghana athletics.
Yeah.
Someone leaves, it takes a long time for somebody to come in. And because of the conditions, they come in, they do it to a point, and they leave.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Coach, me. Or Jimmy coach, it's a kind of frustration. When Elorm was with us, did we hear these kind of things? Nobody knew about them. Somebody they'll distract you from Gojo. But then today, look at the outcome. Look at the outcome. Okay. So some of these help, when we start asking for help, for me, it's too late.
Okay.
It is too late. Leave Azan to be Azan. Let him move on. You know what I'm saying? Because in Ghana, for you do well, right now, if Elorm should go out and give this little piece of mind or ideas, before they will call him no coach, today they will say, hey, Muntie, no, you know what he's talking about. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe our own. We don't believe our own. What got me into it, Coach Mills at that time was training my brother, John. And just like it's the similar story, Elom, you and Azam, he was the first coach back home, I believe, to train a local athlete, my brother, who went to 2 Olympics, got to 2 semifinals, John Miles-Mills.
Yeah,
He went
Mountains,
to
yeah.
Seoul 88, and then I believe Barcelona 92, you know. And it was the coach's name was Coach Mills. At that time, they were fighting with him, arguing with him. Though it got to a point that they had to lock the stadium. Somebody gave the orders that the stadium belonged, that he wouldn't have the chance to train these guys in the stadium. And are you
Wow.
asking that we want the best for our athletes? Yeah,
Wow.
things have gone on. Oh. And so if we have people in places who are trying to change some of these things, and they are being undermined, they are being undermined. Hello, I know you've gone through that already. If not, now it's coming. If not now, it's challenge in some way. In some
Somewhere, wow.
way.
Okay.
But I'm happy that as now you have come in out of nowhere, right, to do it. So that now they know it's not just Thomas, but there's somebody called as Raj. You remember you've been asking me this question many times.
I've
So
been
do we
asking every
have
day.
a Leo? Do we have a Leo Myles-Mills in Ghana? I said yes, we do. It's a matter of time. They will come out. They will come. At the time will come, and they will come out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it has taken 22 years, but he has come out. Like I said, he
Yeah.
was 1 year old. As I
Mhm.
was 1 year old when my record was run. So
Anyway, I mean, Leo, thanks so much. I just have to, leave the floor open so we could hear all this stuff from you. Because, I mean, just as you said, I've been asking this question for a long time at the RH Grand Prix 2011, 2012, when you were around. And you kept saying somebody should come and take this record. And then Joe Paul came so close. I think a 10:05 or 10:01.
10:01.
And then we were like,
10:01,
Charlie,
yeah.
we have the man. And now Azar also joins up. And you never know. Gadai could also come, at a point. Martin also entry, Sean Safo entry, who we all know. So it's a good generation of athletes coming. And the other good thing is they are really young, with proper young ages. Azar is 23. I don't know of Joe, but I should be less than 25 too. So we're just getting something. We're getting into an exciting phase of our athletics. And as we're trying to wrap up the interview here, what should be the message out there to your fans, to your family? I think Leo has tried to help you out. Don't take the pressure too much. You could run a 10-2 in the next race, and we'll still have to be good with you. We don't have to you don't have to, allow it to get into your head getting forward. But these must be exciting times, and you want to push out a message before we wrap up.
All I want to say is I've been seeing the messages that my fans have been sending to me, and I get a lot of my family too, and I'm happy with that. At least I know, like, me being athletics, they have love for it, and then I'm happy to put smiles on their faces. But one thing I can say for the upcoming athletes is that they are inspiration right before them. I mean, wherever that you want to get to achieve, I always say there are 3 things in life. You have to be disciplined, dedicated, and then you're going to achieve whatever goal that you have set before you. So that is all I want to say to them.
All right. So when is your next race?
We have a home meet this weekend. And I'm going to run the 200.
You're doing the 200.
Okay.
Leo,
Okay.
that's the other thing. Oh, yeah, we saw him run the 200 meters at the Gusa Games 2019. The way yesterday, 2020 Gusa Games. He had won that.
As I running 200.
As I had won the 100 meters. And we were all like, hey, way to go. And then as I went into the 200, I want to use the stamina.
That's right. You know what? That reminds me. I think in 1998 or 99, at our conference championships in Colorado. The same thing. I had won the 100 with I think it was a 10:06, a 10:08 or something like that. I can't remember. And I had to turn around and go and run the 200. Oh, what's that? And gave it all in the 150. The last 50, hey, Yami Buam. My foot could not leave the ground. I was dragging it. To finish, But I didn't finish. I ran good, but it was a little bit windy. I think I ran a 20.11 in that race, but I think it was a 3-point win, something like that. I did finish, but to run that back to back, it is hard. It is so hard. I remember Carl Lewis during those days of this time, he pushed for the schedule to be changed so he would have more rest when running. Yep. Azar, maybe you can be the next Carl Lewis to change the schedule of conference. They need to switch it around so you have more rest. And you can go back to back and then do the 1 and the 2 and take it all down. But no, it's a big difference to run the 100, finish and go run the 200. Ooh, that takes a lot out of you. So
Yeah.
I can equate that.
Yeah. So Elorm, you can realize already the coaches at West Texas are already putting in measures to safeguard the athlete, to protect him. They're not going to allow him to do the 100 meters in the coming weekend. They rather want to shift him to 200 meters. Maybe pull down the pressure a little bit.
Yeah, I think what they did out there was a very smart move. Actually, I think we had a conversation after the race. Say, yeah, he was not going to run the final. That was the coach decision, and I was like, yeah, that's super good, because the pressure that will be on him could even result into an injury. So I think he has qualified for the Olympics game. That's the most important thing. I remember when he was in Ghana, there was a time. One coach from US, I can't recall the name, asked me how was I able to manage this guy the whole year, no injury, nothing like that. I said, we just understand ourselves. When Azar really complains about injury, I know he's really injured. If he's not feeling good, I know he's really not feeling good, because he's not someone that complains about training.
Okay.
I know there was a time that he was vomiting, and I was like, vomiting is not sickness. So when you finish, let's continue.
That's the key.
You want to finish vomiting, let's continue. It's no sickness. So when you finish, let's continue. So, sometimes it's a collective decision. The coach, you don't have to be static in taking decision. Hey, I don't want you to go for the final. What do you think? I say, yeah, coach, that's good. That's good. Let's go in. But to insist, I think that would be a different thing together. So I think it's a collective thing between him and the coach, and it worked perfectly well. He's coming to try the 200 meters. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens on Friday.
More stamina. but Elorm, the GA had the Open Championship last Saturday at Bajo, and I was looking through the results. One very impressive one caught my attention. 400 meters. Raymond French. It's a boy from Tadi. Used to do the 100 and 200. Now I switched to 400, and he did a 46 high, 46.9 something. And
you see,
I've not seen the race, but the performance is just something else. If you can keep at it.
Yeah, going into the race, everybody was looking at Gad to win the race, looking at how he ran the race, the heat very relaxed, everything. I think, in my personal point of view or technical point of view, I would think that he was a bit complacent. Because if you are running with Emmanuel Nimo, who is running an outer lane, so you don't expect to run the way you did, and you are having Prince
Charles
Frimpong that is behind you. That's another call that when you run slow, there's someone that is coming to overtake you. And one funny thing about 400 meters is that when you get to the curve and the one running the inner is already leading you, this one is not juju. Already you are giving up already. You are already giving up. You see, so you are with Nimo.
Yeah.
Nemo ran the first 300, boom. And at the camp, you could see Prince Charles coming out. And that was still relaxed. And French was just actually coming all of them. French was behind Nemo. So that was the advantage for him. So he was just behind Nemo. So after the camp, that's where the guy started running. And he just,
Wow.
surprised everyone. Like he wasn't, I'm not sure as at that time, myself, I didn't pick him in the first three. He wasn't in my first three. I was looking at Gad, Prince, and then ATM. Those are the three guys I was looking at. And from nowhere, this guy just came and just killed the race.
That's it. I mean, I've not seen the race, but from the description you're giving and for me, just looking at the performances, I've just picked up on Raymond. And these are the things, Coach Leo, it keeps coming up. I mean, performances you don't expect. Somebody just puts in a 46, because we know normally local we do 47 and 48. A boy from nowhere just springs up, and if you manage him very well, you get somebody like Elorm, to handle him, and he gets these international competitions, West Africa Championships, Africa Championships, and he just builds them up. Next time they're in the USA, and so the talent is there. We can create the pipeline. And I get excited. But I don't know, what words you leave with us, Leo, as we wrap up?
Yeah, the talent is there. We have a very big pool of talent back home, And I always make this comment as in, who was Leo Myles-Mills, before he became who he was? Nobody. Unfortunately for me, maybe the difference between Azan and me, our exposure would be, I didn't attend Legon, I didn't compete at that level, but Azan did. So he got that exposure there. So Azan, you have, I tell you, you're in trouble. People eyes on you, eyes on you. I tell you now. So when I came here, I remember when an interviewer, some guy asked, "Who is that Leo Myles-Mills?" And I love that. I'm like, good. Nobody knows who I am. That is good. It got to a point where we're saying, "Onye Ghana, Umpi Ghana."
And then Leo, Ghana.
So,
the pool is there. The pool is there. I never knew about Azan. I never heard of Azan until the African Championship, the relay. And so Andrew and I were talking, and he goes, the way the guy moved in that relay, you're wondering what this guy could do in an open race, And so things like that, and we're like, well, talent is a kill. You see everyone and his hidden talent. So the pool is there. We don't know who's going to come out from nowhere. What I'm saying is, the federation needs to watch these local coaches, the local coaches. The federation doesn't go and unearth these athletes, it's the coaches. And they need to watch the coaches and pay attention to them and help the coaches with equipment that they need. We are trying to do our best here. I'm trying, this is supposed to be on the down low somewhere to ship some equipment down, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking the infrastructure and investment has to be with the coaches and
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, the Leo Myles-Mills, the Usain Bolts, they are there in Ghana. They are there.
Wonderful.
They are there.
Wonderful. A thought just came to mind. When Azar won the race, I sent him a message and then I asked him what was the secret. He said, "Glory be to God and to his coaches." Spiritually, there's also an element that you need to work on. Azar. How does a God play here? How do you build yourself up from that end?
I'm coming from a Christian background. And one thing I know for sure that when you make God the center of whatever that you are doing, you can achieve whatever that you want to achieve. The Bible says in Psalm 127:1 that if the Lord build, the builder is built, but in vain. You're gonna train, you're gonna do everything, but you can get injured, whatever may be. So I think me making God the center of everything has really helped me a lot, and then I'm happy to come from a Christian background.
Okay. I still see the photo of you the trophy they give you at is it
Yeah.
kind of fastest
Yeah.
behind you. Okay, all right. So let God be your focus then, and work hard, as you said. Bill and Elorm, I don't know, last words, or I already took your last words. Any other thing you want to add?
Yeah, to me, I've never been to the Olympics Games before. I've never been to an African Championship before. Well, I've been to the World University Game that is a bit close to the Olympics game because it's a very big gathering. And I'm just proud that somebody that passed through my hand is actually going to run in that bigger stage. I can't just wait to watch him run. And to the athletes out there, I'm not trying to exaggerate. I'm not trying to form words. I'm not trying to praise Azar because he has made it today or is this. Actually, it takes discipline.
Yeah.
Yes, sports minus discipline, there's nothing. You can run a time today. Tomorrow you will not be able to run it again.
The same thing, yeah.
You see, and anything can happen. That is what I always tell you. Look, you guys all are here. I'm training you today. It's not all of you that will make it to the top. That is why you have to take your education and sports serious. There must be a balance between the two. There's a lot of athletes I'm chasing. I come to the university. They don't want to come to the university. And I don't know, there's, how do you call it? Some truth that some coaches are convincing them not to come to school. But then I want to tell this athlete that, a time will come. The sports you run, it has a lifespan. Maybe in the next 10, 12 years, you're not going to be running again. Then you need something to hold on. What is there? There's nothing. So, and we always blame our non-performance on sports infrastructure, this, and this and that. Coach Mills didn't have that in Ghana. Aziz Zakari wasn't having that. What we have right now, they weren't having it. And I think we should appreciate the small one that we have and try to build on it in a way, and as we expect the bigger one to come. That is what we have. What we have right now is what we should be using. When you are sitting down complaining about it, nothing will change about it. Nothing will change. But let your work be doing talking as you are asking for people to help. I think that's my message for the youth and those listening to us.
I hope you get Raymond French to come to Legon, or he's with another institution.
Actually, I call him today.
No, you need to get that guy. You need to, Leo. If you see that guy execute the 100 or 200, good technique.
He been around with a lot of energy reserved.
Yeah. And now he switched to 400. I don't know what the state of that decision, but it could be his race,
Well, no, maybe the coach too is trying him to develop him with more strength.
Yeah.
It's always good to do those fours, and then when you descend, you have a lot more strength to execute your races. So it's not too bad. It might be just maybe 400 that he's running, or he wants to do the four. It's all good. As now, what's your longest distance you ran before practice?
4x4.
Practice?
You did 4x4. Okay. So that's 400.
I've not gone beyond 300.
You've not gone beyond
300.
I've forgotten that he did 4x4 here.
In Ghana. He's saying here.
Okay. In the USA.
Okay.
All right.
That's good. You see, the 300 is considered for us, this sprinters, is a long distance. But now it has become a sprint race. When you use that to sharpen your skills as well. But like Elorm, you were saying that some of these kids, you are trying to get them to come to Legon to school. Others you are telling them, don't go there, don't do this, don't do that. It's one of those games. If they come to you, you may have 10 athletes and one will sail through, the praises will come. No one goes through it, the praises will still come. And that's what it is. But take things cool as it comes. If they come, but sometimes it's kind of sad to see a talent kind of going down the drain slowly like that, you know.
Yeah.
But when we see them, we have to grab them and bring them back up. And it's okay for one athlete, for one coach to train an athlete to a point. Like I was explaining to somebody, I can't remember who. It's like you walk an athlete to the river bank. That's the best you could do at that time as a coach. You know, let the other coach who knows how to cross that river bank take the athlete across it. You know, still you get the credit that you brought this athlete to the river bank. You know, so and that's the kind of battle that I see some of these local coaches fighting. They want to
Yeah.
say, "Oh, he was my athlete. Yeah, no, I'm an athlete. No, I'm an athlete. No, baby, yeah. But that's fine. No, no, baby. Those kind of man, you see, oh, some dead goat, argument being going, mankind fight for them. You've
Oh,
got it
God,
to
that
a
good.
point. Yeah, I had one athlete who said, "Coach, I hope you can make me faster because my high school coach." Oh, you go a point. He said that the coach wasn't good because the coach, I mean, all he could run was 10-2, 10-2-1, 10-2-3, 10-2-0, 10-10-10-10-10-10. So the kid came, and in a year and a half or so, now he descended down to the 10-1, and he was all excited. You know, it's the foundation that the former coach was giving you. So it was that transition that you needed,
Yeah.
you know, to drop that few seconds. And it kind of relates to Azan's situation here.
All
You know,
right.
Coach Elorm did all the foundation, he built the foundation there, and that's been built on here for him. So, um, piece of advice, Azan, oh, Azan, be
That's,
Azan. Okay, focus on your school and your studies. You've been getting phone calls. You're going to be getting comments. You need to do this. You need to
and
do this.
the woman, Leo. What? Any
Oh,
advice on the
Azan knows how to stop the women. So that one I won't go there. He knows how to stop them. So that one I won't go there. Yeah, he knows how to stop them. Keep them at bay. Keep them at bay and do your business. You know, they will come. They will come in the long run. But this time, tell them it's all business. You know, just be you. Have fun. Go on. Do what you love doing. Um, Comments. Ghana, they will say, "Oh, now we have to do this. What help can we give? What help?" I say, leave Azar to be Azar. Let him do his own thing.
But they should bring in the money, you know.
The money, you know, now you do that. You know, Ghana people.
No, no,
When you
no.
do that now,
No,
they say,
because he
"Wait,
needs to
Sunday, right?
travel.
Wait. Hold on. They will tell him Sunday, say, "Emotional. Your man is sick. Baby, bring in 11 seconds. No, to a fade. Moriano, your face became." You see,
No,
but then when Azar needed the money, what was the money? The money
no,
never came.
no. You see, Leo. This is even the angle I'm coming from. The team has to go to the world relays. They need to be able to go out to more relay competitions to build up or to even qualify for and so in terms of money, that's even the angle I'm looking at. Because
Okay.
you know with the NCAA rules, you can't even give this man money. Other than that, you know, you can breach one rule or the other. So money towards that end. I remember the struggles going to Doha, trying to get a ticket. And money was released from GOC. Supposedly, you call I mean, they kept just tossing it up to now. That money is not even yet to hit the GA account, and so for me, these are the things that can push these young athletes, and then even the teams like the relays, to be able to go out there and give up their best. Yeah.
And you know one thing I appreciative of these young guys, Azar and his team, they were not money
Too conscious
driven.
there.
They were not money driven. Um, Azar, they still owe us. They still owe us from Qatar. They never paid us.
No, yeah. You see. Now you are speaking my language. The PDMs never came.
But what I'm saying is, our time we were fighting. We were running like 3 races. We were fighting the officials, and then we come and fight on the track. So by the time you finish with officials, Charlie, you are tired. You are so tired. You can't do anything on the track where it's needed.
Yeah.
So during Digo's time, we tried to change these things by, putting the athletes per diem and everything like in an envelope with the names on the back and give it to them. Hey, this is what we got for you. go and do what you can do. And the money is not for you to go and perform, but this is what is required of us to give you.
Yeah.
Things you can have your peace of mind to go do it. And they get along so well. I get along with them. They are so funny. Remember our conversation on the track?
Yeah.
I could tell this boy is scratching his beard and coming, hey coach, how did you run so fast? I said, at time it's possible, or you can run some. He goes, hey coach, I did fast. So I said, it is possible. Go do it. You see, that's what I'm also asking you today. How do you feel running a 9.97 seconds? See? Right now it's kind of piece of cake for you. So it is what it is for now. Let's put that financial help into some package to get the team together. That's my worry right now. To get the team together.
Leo, you're still coaching at BYU?
No. I'm no longer there.
So where are you?
I still have I'm with a high school team.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with the high school team now.
Still in coaching.
We can leave. I leave 10 athletes behind, and now I have about 30 something plus. It is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Out of the 30, there will come one person that will do well. It's all great too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to thank all of you. I mean, it's been the longest and the most exciting interview. I think Azar did not know you were coming on. He didn't know Elorm was coming. He didn't know Leo was coming.
Azar, you see how it is. You put a surprise on me, now me to put one on you. You see how it is.
So it's surprising with all this and getting all of you on one platform, trying to understand the whole thing that goes into doing a sub 10. The larger, discussion on locally based athletes and all that for me is wonderful. I would definitely want to continue with these interviews. We call it the LSG series, and it just gets better. I've done recently. I spoke to Akwesi Frimpong, the guy who does a skeleton. He's also based in Utah.
Oh yeah. I know.
He's telling me about you and all that. All right. So again, thanks to Benjamin Azamati.
Hello.
Yeah, coach.
All right, maybe
with my school. Let you have in contact with them and see what you can do with them too.
Wonderful. All right, okay. Wonderful. But I hope you all can stay on.
When I was there, I tried to recruit from Ghana, but every time they come in, they have problems. So that their SAP, their grades were not.
Yeah, coach. Coach, you hold on to that one. We'll do that discussion after this interview. let me sign off, but all of you shouldn't go. I'm going to sign off, but all of you shouldn't go. I'm going to sign off, but you just have to be here. Many thanks again to Benjamin Azamati, Coach Elorm Amenakpor, and Leo Myles-Mills for making time to come on the LSG series. I sign off by saying that life is a test, life is a trust, and that life is very temporal. So you seek your maker while you have your breath. Give your life to Christ. The show is dedicated to Reverend Dr. Asenyanu Day, who passed on last year, my mom, Eri Asari, who also passed on, and our executive director, Kuku Nkansa. On behalf of the crew, say bye for now, till we meet again.